EVGO. So EVGO, I guess you know what they do. I mean, it's an EV charging infrastructure company. That's pretty easy. Now, what they've done here is they have a longtime tech partner called Delta Electronics. They're going to try to co-develop next generation charging architecture. Great. I mean, when you hear all the different things that they say can do, you'll say, wow, that's pretty impressive. I'll also say that it's another case where we had unusual option activity. In this case, call buying. They were stepping in here buying calls, Pete. And again, Pete and I emphasize this, Pete, every day on 3 at 3. I say, you know what, folks? I buy at the monies and I sell above the market. I don't buy the way out of the money. You know, if the stock's $7 and they're buying the 10s, great. But I like buying the 7 calls, not the 30%, 35% above the market kind of thing. But this was a very good announcement by them, Pete. And again, once again, our people that followed into this trade, I think they're pretty happy today.
I think they're pretty happy, and they had a nice big jump. It also shows you how you've got to be on top of things too, John. You've got to have the ability to be able to react. This is a stock that jumped all the way up close to $8 a share. It was a really nice jump to the upside, but you better have been quick and you better have been a part of it, because then it pulled back just a little bit. Now, was that some of the shorts that were trying to defend a short position? Maybe. There's 26% short interest in this stock, and maybe they felt like, well, this is kind of a one-time, one-and-done type thing, and they needed to pull back again. Whatever the case, but it did pull back fairly substantially after that big move up towards 8. So you've got to be on top of these things as well. I'll tell you what, John, it's a great part of the markets right now. We talk about the EV space all the time, but a lot of it has to do with, are there enough battery chargers out there? Are they efficient enough? We all talk about that. For instance, if you were down in Florida and you were trying to get somewhere and you couldn't get to one of those, John, I mean, not only do you have to worry about, is gas going to be in the pumps? That's a worry for sure, and a very legitimate one. But how about the energy source as well? I mean, there's a lot of things that go into this whole thing. This is a really amazing company. I think they do an unbelievable job with what they're doing on the efficiency side of things, the cost-saving side of things. I like all of that, but you've better be on top of it. This is a great example of why you've got to be in front of the markets when you're participating. Just remember, you're putting money to work, but you've got to work as well. So this is one where if you missed it on this jump, you might not see it at that level again for a while.
Well, and just in very quick order here, folks, doing this deal with Delta, they're claiming that they're going to be able to do dynamic power sharing, meaning that with one station, they could have 6 different charging stalls. That would be a first. I don't know of anybody else doing that. Also, some people look at any of these EV plays after the last disastrous year for many of these charging stocks, and they say, I don't know if I want to touch them. On big dips, it rallied up, like Pete said, to 8 today. It traded back down into the mid-6s. I think as it trades back down, it gives you an opportunity. Would I buy it up there at the 52-week high that it hit today? No. I would take profits up there. That's easy to say in hindsight, but I would have taken profits up there. And as far as going forward, I think charging stations, as Pete said, are going to be vital to expanding EV usage across the country.